Hello, welcome to Let's Look. Today we're going to explore lines using objects from the Philadelphia Museum of Art. The artist Paul Klee once said, "When a dot goes for a walk, it becomes a line." This is a quilt we have at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Do you have a quilt at home? How does it feel when you touch it? What do you notice about this quilt? Can you spy any lines in this artwork? Now get out your drawing finger and trace some of those lines in the air. When a line is repeated over and over, it becomes a stripes pattern. There are a couple different kinds of lines in this quilt. Where do you spy side-to-side lines? These are called horizontal lines. And can you spy up and down lines? These are called vertical lines. Okay, let's use our bodies to make some vertical and horizontal lines. Let's start with a vertical line first. So you're gonna stand up nice and tall, put your feet together, and reach as high as you can. And then how could we use our bodies to make a horizontal line? You could do it by lying down flat. Maybe we could just use our arms though and reach out from side to side. Nice. Do you think that we could take the lines from this quilt and turn them into a dance? Wherever you see vertical lines, you can use your body to go up and down. Wherever you see horizontal lines, you can use your body to go from side to side. Ready? Go! Up and down, side to side, up and down, side to side. That was fun! This is a folding screen that we have at the museum. It can stand up on its own and divide up a room into different spaces. We could even hide behind it. Can you spy its different panels? How are they different from the lines we saw on the quilt? A lot of these lines are traveling across as they travel down. That kind of line is called a diagonal line. And together these diagonal lines are making a zigzag pattern. Let's use our bodies one more time and see if we can make a nice long diagonal line. So take one arm and point it up high, and take the other arm and point it down low. And now let's switch directions. Wow. Nice job. I bet we can make this whole thing into another silly dance. And switch, and switch, and switch. You think we can do this dance faster? Oh yeah! Yes! And faster! And faster! And faster! Whew. Okay, that was fun. Donald Deskey, who designed this screen, was really interested in a shiny metallic material called aluminum, which was new at the time. You might have even seen aluminum or have some where you are. Can you spy where he used aluminum in this screen? I'll give you a hint. It's those shiny lines. When two lines meet, they become a corner. You could maybe make a corner with your hands. Or look around the room and see if you can find a corner nearby. Maybe where the floor meets the wall, or the wall meets the ceiling. Those are some good corners. What do the corners in this screen remind you of? Do they make you think of anything? Maybe lightning bolts or rooftops? Another thing that inspired this artist was his changing city. He noticed that buildings all around him were getting taller and taller and taller. Around the time that Donald Deskey was designing this screen, a building called the Chrysler Building was going up in New York City. This is what the Chrysler Building looks like. What kinds of lines and patterns are you noticing on this building? We've mostly been thinking about straight lines so far, but here we can see some curving lines too. Let's see if we can use our arms to make a big curving line over your head. How would you describe these lines? Get out your finger and trace their squiggly path. Wow. What do those squiggly lines remind you of? Maybe a worm underground? Or a twisting rope? This artist, Ani Albers, used a lot of string and thread throughout her art career. And maybe string inspired this artwork too. Okay, now press pause on this video and go get a piece of string, then meet me right back here. Okay, first, pull your string tight to make it a straight line. It could be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. Then make it a squiggly, curvy line. Next, hold up your string in the air and wiggle it in the air. See if you can make it wiggle faster. And even faster? Make it wiggle so fast. Now lay your string flat on a piece of paper and with a pencil or a marker, trace the line that it makes. Maybe you could even use those markings to create something new. When you're drawing with one long, unbroken line and your marker never leaves the paper, it's called a continuous line drawing. What will you draw using a continuous line? Our last work of art uses lines in a very tricky way. Are these straight lines or curving lines? This artist, Edna Andrade from Philadelphia, used only straight lines, both horizontal and vertical, to make a grid. And she filled in every other square to make a checkerboard pattern. But she spaced out these lines so our brain thinks that there are curves here. Can you spy the 4 areas that seem to pop out at you? This artwork might also seem like it's moving. This is called an optical illusion. All of these lines are staying still, but their positioning has fooled our eye and our mind into seeing movement. This kind of artwork is called op art, and it explores all the tricky things that lines can do. And now together we've explored some of the exciting things lines can do. Thank you so much for watching Let's Look from the Philadelphia Museum of Art.